Hi guys, so just going from work, but on my lunch break I saw this. Now, when I saw that headline, I got a bit annoyed because I'll probably do a video on this, but there's too much emphasis on female characters now, whether it's in movies, whether it's in jobs, whether it's in politics, whether it's in anything. There's a lot of emphasis on that, which there should be. There absolutely should be. But when you're forcing it, when you are forcing it, it just doesn't work. Now, another thing, when I saw this headline, because I haven't looked at the link yet, so I saw this at lunch, I thought, oh, right, okay, I'm going to do a video on this. And then for the rest of the day, I just thought about that title. I thought about Star Wars 9 is reportedly on the hunt for a new female lead to fight alongside Rey. Why are they in the hunt for a new female lead? What's wrong with Rose? I mean, there's everything wrong with Rose. But that's why she would be perfect. You know, Rose was written so poorly in episode 8 that if you wrote her well in episode 9, it might change people's opinion of her. If you just cast someone else and bring someone new into the story, Rose is always going to be Rose. Rose is always going to be that crap character, that character in episode 8 who is just such a... What's the word? Such the pity vote. You know, I was thinking about this as well. When you look through episode 8 and you look at her scenes, throughout the story, we are pretty much forced to show empathy. Is that the right word? Or sympathy? Empathy, sympathy. I think. But when you look through episode 8 and you look at her different parts, you've got her right at the start of the story. She's just lost her sister. It was sad. The opening scene with everything, it was a bit, but it was sad. You know, she just lost her sympathy. She just lost, well, she did, but she's lost her sister. So we can show sympathy. That's fine. But then we go to the casino, and she tells us about her backstory. Cool. You know, she's a new character. You can tell us about her backstory. But she was a slave. She was a slave growing up. I don't know if she grew up on Canterbury or she grew up on a place like Canterbury. And we were talking about slaves and everything. And it was all sad. You know, Rose is a sad character. And then we go to, what's the next main scene we can talk about? Ending. Yeah, we can talk about the ending. So obviously she makes that awful speech. That awful line. And again, we're supposed to show sympathy for her because I basically just think Rose was a poorly written character, and episode 9 would be a great chance for J.J. Abrams to do the character justice, because Rian Johnson threw her into the story. You know, all the scenes that she was in, you could have had Finn. You could have had Finn in each one of just Finn in each one of those scenes with BB-8 at the casino, and it would have been just as good. Yeah. Right at the start of the film, if you had Finn getting onto that escape pod, and Rose wasn't there at all, and he walked onto it, he put the bag down, he closed the door, he was about to go, and then he thought, nah, I can't do this. And then he shows his true self. He shows that he's actually a good guy. He's not going to run away. He's going to fight for what's right. Otherwise, he's just a coward. So they could have developed Finn's character a bit more by doing that. But anyway, let's see what they say on this article. So Total Film retweeted this, but this was on the Games Radar website. Now it starts off by saying a first glimpse at Star Wars' newest character. What with Star Wars: The Last Jedi and unfortunate real-life events culling the heroic herd somewhat, it's seemingly time for Star Wars 9 to step up to the plate and offer us a fresh member to add to the new generation of heroes we've come to know and love. Move over Finn and Rey. Say hello to Cara. Or Kaira. Kaira. Cara. Probably. Oh, it's not Cara, is it? It's an O. Caro. Cairo and Cairo. Kylo. Cairo. Whatever her name is. The hashtag show is reporting through its sources that the new character, Cairo, will be an ethnic female. Actresses auditioning for the role will ideally be African American and aged between 18 and 26. Okay, fine. As for the character herself, she is I don't know what that is. Let's just say reportedly. She is reportedly a leader and a problem solver, smart, with a great sense of humour and strong will. All this comes to her effortlessly. Sound like anyone else? So far, so very Star Wars then, yeah. Which is no bad thing, judging by the successes of the new characters we've met since Star Wars The Force Awakens. Yeah, but it would be nice to do something a little different, you know. That's what Ryan left to do. While we're probably not getting a new Jedi anytime soon, though there is a Luke-shaped hole that needs filling, it's nice to see a female POC in what looks to be a hugely prominent role, especially as Rey will be probably off waging war against Cairo. Great vocab, mate. Great vocab. My best guess, we're either heralding in a new age of Star Wars do-gooders by introducing a character who will carry the franchise for the next decade, or Cairo is going to be essentially the one to put the likes of Poe and Finn in their place by making her way up through the ranks of the Resistance. I really hope not. Don't do that story. Just don't. Please don't do that story. Don't have her. Just don't. Either way, expect to see a brand new main character heading for the stars in a galaxy far, far away. There's plenty of speculation abound about Star Wars 9 already, so why not get in the action by reading through these Star Wars 9 theories? How about no? Yeah, how about no? Okay. Ethnic female between 18 and 26 with the name Cara. Basically good at everything. And it wasn't confirmed that she was coming up for the Resistance, was it? No. Okay, no, they're just theorising. Okay, good. So, an ethnic female between 18 and 26 with the name Cairo. Okay. Fine. And also, to fight alongside Rey. It doesn't say... No. It doesn't specifically say that she's with the Resistance. So what this guy might have done is just presume that they would be to fight alongside Rey. So this is a completely new character, and we don't know for sure if it's going to be fighting alongside Rey or not. However, let's say she is. Make her a Jedi. Make her a Jedi, or make her. Give us a layer. Give us. No, don't do that. I don't know. Right, at some point I'm going to do what I want for episode 9, because I'm not completely sure what I want for episode 9. So at some point I'm going to do that video, and I'm going to bring this back in, and we're going to talk about who I want this character to be. If this character is apparently true, and they are auditioning people with this description, then I'll have a think as to who I'd want them to play. Because I remember a few weeks ago we had a similar story. Apparently a 40 Lucasfilm looking for a 40 to 50-year-old woman to play in a role in episode 9. So obviously a lot of people were thinking Mara Jade, and when I saw that headline, Star Wars 9 is reportedly on the hunt for a new female lead to fight alongside Rey, that's also what I was kind of expecting. I was also hoping that that story would come up again, and we could potentially get Mara Jade. Mara Jade, by the way, if you don't know, she was a prominent figure in what's now known as Star Wars Legends, and most of her story lies around Luke Skywalker, and they actually got married at one point. But yeah, if we were to get Mara Jade, then that would be awesome. But last thing about this, so this was on Twitter. Now on the messages, people have commented. First one is of Rose. Absolutely right. People should be thinking about that. Second person says, meh, would have been a perfect opportunity to bring in Mara Jade to act as a mentor and serve as a bridge to Luke. Absolutely. Absolutely. To introduce Mara Jade there and then, you could have her, you'd start the film, and we see Mara Jade, she's kicking ass, and then later on in the film she meets up with Rey, and she says, I knew Luke as well, I miss him as well, and they can connect that way. They can connect through Luke passing away. Or what they could have done was in episode 8 we get Mara Jade as the Luke Skywalker role. That's what they could have done. They could have Mara Jade as that, and then together they go off and find Luke Skywalker. Yeah. If in episode 8 Mara Jade was the Luke Skywalker we got in episode 8, that was basically Mara Jade. And then at the end of the film, Rey goes off and sees Kylo, but Mara Jade goes off to Luke to bring him back to the fight for episode 9. That would have been awesome. But that's not what we got, and that's not what we're gonna get. So we just gotta live with that. But I believe in the novelization for episode 8, Luke dreams about what could have been if he had stayed on Tatooine. I believe Luke was dreaming that he could have got. He knew this girl on Tatooine, and he was dreaming that he could have married her one day. To be dreaming that, as this older guy, you'd think that, okay, he's not been married, he hasn't met that special someone, he hasn't lost that special someone, he certainly hasn't got any kids, or he hasn't had anyone special in his life, because he wouldn't be thinking that. I'll try and find that and put that up. But anyway, so ethnic female, aged 18 to 26, with the name Cairo. So I'll try and do that video at some point, what I'd like for episode 9. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. If you think that we need another prominent female figure in Star Wars, then by all means say. Personally, while I think we're getting too many female characters at the moment, and females in general are kind of forcing their way, you know, Ocean's 8, the Ghostbusters, what else? There's another one. There's no one. But those are the two I'm thinking about at the moment. I think it's all fine, but it shouldn't be forced. But in this scenario, by all means bring in an ethnic female. Go for it. Just make the character good. Devote time to making the character good. Don't do a Rose. That was so forced. Don't do a Rose. Okay? Just focus on it and you'll be fine. And hopefully the rest of the film and the rest of the characters turn out well as well. But yeah, no guys, so I'll probably be doing a lot more of these kind of videos. You know, if I see something on Twitter or in the news in general that I like the look of and I think I can do a video on, or if it's just big news, then I will do a video on that, and I'll let you guys know what's going on if you don't know already. But yeah, ciao.